bad as the other station.
Here it goes. Oh, no.
By making this Mastic Shirley Appreciation Month.
Oh, what hacks.
Are you guys starting to understand how much this business sucks?
Horrid.
Take me away from this crap.
Mastic Shirley.
John Caracciolo. Oh, we know this dude. He tried to hire us back in the day. John Caracciolo, president of the Syosset-based Maury organization that owns DRE. They're actually nice people over there, but still
But still, what a hacky thing to do.
Said the company made the decision to hold the Appreciation Month as soon as it heard that another station was slandering Mastic Shirley.
Whoa, I never.
Listeners were calling and wanting to express their opinions, and we wanted to give them the outlet to do so, Caracciolo said.
Did they get the same call as we got? Woof.
Spears also read his apology on BLI yesterday morning. John Shea, the station's vice president and general manager. Oh, did I give him a beating on Friday, Jimmy?
Good.
Said Spears would probably not have been allowed to return if he hadn't apologized. God, I hate this John
Wow.
Shea.
Yeah, you apologize or you're not welcome back here.
Way to go, John.
Good. Did you take his genitals and as they're removed, just tack them to your wall with a collection of the rest of the people you've just emasculated?
Including himself.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's got no...
Oh, his are up on the wall, too.
Let me tell you something about John Shea. He's just another failed DJ, and his whole job is to figure out what hits to play.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you find that on the internet and go, okay, here's the list of hits, guys. Just play this.
Play them.
Just play this.
Don't deviate.
I'm going to go in my office and dream about being a DJ.
I got to put a fire out now.
I failed miserably, so now I just got to sit here and make sure the hits are being played.
La-di-dee-dee-doo.
Oh, phone call from Mastic. Phone call from Mastic. What am I going to do?
Yeah, he probably lost his mind.
Not Mark
Do you know what this is going to
do? Is Mark Smothergill on the phone? Oh, God.
Is that Mark Smothergill?
What am I going to do?
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll be okay. All right, hello, Mark Smothergill?
Excuse me, Mr. Smothergill is holding. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Not Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill's a tough customer.
John Shea's a douche.
He really
hate him.
Old vinegar breath. He sucks.
Oh, what a loser you are, John Shea. You weren't going to allow him to return You weren't going to allow him to return unless he read the apology. Ugh.
Just saying to your pipes freeze under your trailer.
Oh, you're pathetic.
You insinuate a lot when you...
Spears said he is scheduled to return to his normal work today. He said he took 5 days to issue an apology because, you ready for this? He needed time to think and needed to say the right thing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, they took him off the air, and then they had some kind of lawyer write up a statement and then they handed it to him and said, read this.
What about the zombies in the woods?
Yeah, what about the zombies
pop
in the woods?
out and grab people, drag them back into the woods, and sexually assault them?
Yeah.
What about that? What's that music? It's scary.
What is that?
This is the
Where were you
mall
going?
music from Dawn of the Dead, right?
Oh, because they're zombies. I get it.
But they don't have a mall in Mastic.
Yes, we do. We have strip store, has a hardware store, and a delicatessen.
Boy, do I want to talk to this Mark Smothergill.
Where's Smothergill?
Get me Mark Smothergill immediately.
He's away from his desk. He's in a rest area drilling a hole in a booth. But he'll be back shortly.
Just kidding, folks.
I would like to apologize to the Smothergills.
That's what Mark Smothergill does. He goes from rest area to rest area, making sure that the holes in the booth are the proper size.
Right.
With a little ruler.
Tool.
This one's small. It could chafe.
Hey, we got Asbury Park checking in. Now, let me tell you about Asbury Park. It's a hellhole. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't been there in, let's call it about 6 years, I think. It's the last time we were there. So things might have changed. But my opinion still of Asbury Park is two things. Mm-hmm. Bruce Springsteen played there one effing time, 25 some odd on
the stone pony. How about you let us talk?
Man, you're throwing me off. Yeah, so you got Springsteen who played there 20 some odd years ago, and it's a hellhole. That's all I know about Asbury Park.
War zone.
Yo.
What's up?
Yeah. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what it is about Asbury Park and about any other surrounding bad area. It is what it is, man. Take it up and stop crying. Yo, damn.
I know.
People still get killed in Asbury.
There are bad areas. Sorry. Everything isn't the same. We'd love everything to be the same and everybody to have the same economic level. But some cities and towns are wealthier than others.
Exactly.
And if there's an impoverished town and you have a comedy show, and you goof on the fact that probably the town's having some problems, you shouldn't have to have your job threatened.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And we still got more guns than Anthony.
Well, I'm working on it, Pally.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. We could talk all peaceful now, but, when it goes down, my brother.
We coming for 40 acres in the mule, and I'm coming for your land first.
You got it, bro.
All right, sir.
You come and get me.
We got to take our first break, but first...
No, it's the mule they want because you're an ass.
Yeah.
Tony, Long Island, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Here's a linger longer. Didn't you guys talk about a guy a retarded kid getting anally raped at the bowling alley?
Whoa, hey, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you could
can't
be so
describe it like that.
graphic. So graphic. There was a retarded boy who was sodomized in a bathroom of a bowling alley.
Not sure if it was Mastic.
I'm not sure if it was
We'll look it up
Mastic.
really
We will
fast,
look that up. E-Rock?
Let's see if
Not asking for anything. I'm just
Maybe we could call Mark
Watching
Smothergill and ask him if he knows anything about that.
don't know.
Yes.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Steve in Mastic. Steve,
Hello, is it me?
Hi, Steve. It's you.
what do you think? There's another Steve in Mastic on the phone?
There you go.
Oh, no, I live in Queens now. I moved.
Oh, all right. I'm
I just
sorry.
want to say, good thing about it was the football team is 33 undefeated, 33 games in a row.
Right.
And 2 of the William Floyd cheerleaders went on to become Playboy Playmates.
Hey.
Oh, the team is undefeated because you got 25-year-old, seniors.
Oh, now you're going to have to apologize to the school.
No, I'm sorry.
The students, the football
Smothergill.
team. You're implying perhaps that they got left back
A few times.
a few times?
Sure.
My God, you're evil.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Let's say hi to Ray and Shirley, which is very close to Mastic. What's
Hello,
up,
Ray.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Mimi.
Hi.
I live out there in Shirley. I live in the northern part, up by Long Island Expressway. We don't even consider ourselves Shirley. We call ourselves East Yaphank.
Yeah.
Disassociated from that whole area because when you hit Montauk Highway and you go south, it is basically a trailer park. But they don't call them trailers because they're modulars. They're homes that came in on trailers from out of state. They put them up and they put them on a foundation.
Prefabs.
So
yep.
are you trying to say that they actually look like trailers, but they're just not called trailers?
That's right. If you built a concrete wall around the wheels, there you go. It's a house on a foundation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Listen to this. Tommy in Kings Park. This is too good. We're late for a break, but screw it. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, how you doing? It's Dominic.
Oh.
I was just saying they made him actually research and write a report like a 6th grade kid for information on Mastic
Oh, my
for the
God.
press conference he did.
You had to
You gotta
write
write a report.
Are you kidding me?
I was listening to the radio station yesterday, and they were saying that he was writing a report as if he was a 6th grade kid.
My summer vacation in Mastic.
Oh, my
First,
God.
I was dragged into the woods and sexually assaulted by the multitude of predators in the area.
By the woods people.
The wood zombies that I've read about.
The wood zombies. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Ryan in Boston. Listen
Mastic's
to BCN.
GDP is $20.
Ryan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, fella?
Hey.
Just wanted to point out, is it just me or is Smothergill? Wasn't he in an episode of Scooby-Doo or something?
I think it's Mr. Smothergill.
Oh, they ripped the mask off him, and he's the villain? Villain?
Smothergill.
It was you the whole time.
Watch it out, fella.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Let's go to
Can't
Sean.
be fun if that's your name.
No.
Let's go to Sean in North Carolina.
The last caller was wrong. Smothergill teaches wizardry at Hogwarts.
You think he's a professor at
At
Hogwarts?
Hogwarts. Professor Smothergill.
I want that Potter in my class. That kid's got nice legs. I want Harry Potter in a pair of shorts in my office in 3 minutes.
Yes, Professor Smothergill.
Bring me the Potter boy and tell him to wear a tank top that reveals his belly button.
Professor Smothergill. Got to put a spell on Randy Spears.
Professor Smothergill's face is on that website again. Megan something or other.
Could you get Smothergill on the phone?
Where's Smothergill?
He was trying.
Ugh, this.
I'm trying to get Smothergill.
Here's the news story, by the way. We should play this about 25 minutes ago.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in Mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face to face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
He spent the weekend driving around Mastic.
Can I explain
Takes
something?
10 minutes.
Yes.
So you see the hillbillies that get upset about this.
Yeah.
Part of comedy is exaggeration. So, and we have to be literal in our language, I guess. And I hate to say that the Yankees played the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and they didn't really kill them. Like in the paper it says that they killed them, but they didn't actually murder them.
Yeah.
And I think we should be very literal in our speech. If that
No worry there.
Yeah.
I'm more pissed at John Shea, the station manager of the station, the station manager of BLI, and the radio station itself.
Dude, let me clear this up.
What?
The Post, just to clear up any misconceptions.
Oh, yeah.
It has a picture of Barack and Hillary on the front, and it says High Noon, and it's got them in their cowboy hats.
Right.
And it says Hill and Obama in shootout. But I think we should make it perfectly clear that there's not really going to be gunplay.
I thought they had a shootout.
No.
And one of them might have been injured.
No. Let's make it
okay,
perfectly
good.
That's what comedy is. It's completely literal.
Dummies.
John Shea and the station doesn't understand that. I'm more pissed at those guys for, folding to these dopes out there in Mastic.
Yeah.
Hey, take a joke.
John Shea should tuck it back and start singing, I'm crying over you.
Would you in Mastic?
Oh, boy, we got Detroit calling,
Detroit.
Oh, wow. They're voted worst city every single year, and they don't even give a crap.
They love it.
Yeah, they celebrate by having a car bonfire.
Rolling over police cars.
Right. That's how they celebrate. We're number one again. Yeah. Let's roll a few cop cars and get some 40.
That's where Winnie Mandela goes to learn how to properly execute political dissidents.
With gasoline attire around their neck.
Right.
And a match.
It's humor. Lighten up, Smother Gill. It's Opie and Anthony. That's how we start today. Chop, chop. Stephen S. from Bayshore, getting back to the Mastic thing. He writes, Smother Gill is what all the fish die of in the polluted waters of Mastic.
They got the Smother Gill.
And let's say hi to Billy on Long Island. Billy, what's up? Billy, I can't hear you. Go. Start over.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make a comment. I'm not originally from Long Island, but there's a show on News 12, the 12 channel on Long Island. It's called Long Island's Most Wanted.
Nice.
And they profile criminals, Nassau and Suffolk County. I just wanted to make a comment that most of the people that they profile from Suffolk are from Mastic.
Really?
So they're the most wanted capital of Long Island?
I would say that's a pretty good criteria.
We'll have to check those facts, sir.
Yeah,
we'll have to check those facts.
We'll check for ourselves. But you know what we have decided to do for Mastic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're broadcasting pretty much all over the world at this point, and we're going to focus on Mastic for the rest of the week.
Yep.
It's going to be Get to Know Mastic on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Why not? We'll get to know Mastic with little fun facts.
Fun facts about Mastic?
About Mastic?
So, you don't have to be from Long Island to help this bit. If you could do a little Googling and searching on the internet, I don't care if you're from Columbus, Ohio.
No, why should we?
Send in your Mastic Long Island facts, and we'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
We're looking for the good stuff, if you know what I mean.
And we're looking for real facts.
Right.
You know, things that may have happened in Mastic that kind of made the news.
Correct. Amundo.
Things like that.
Let's go to Chris in North Carolina. Chris, what's up?
This poor dumb
Hey,
DJ.
what's up, guys?
Hold on, bud. He looks like Sinbad, just next to this whale of a greasy-haired woman.
Oh, that woman. Ugh.
After he was on the, fat smash diet or something. A little thinner than Sinbad.
Yeah, but he's looks like a bit of an older gentleman. He's weathered.
Yeah. He didn't need that. He probably the safest show on radio.
Right.
And he just blurts something like that out, and he's there apologizing.
Oh, just.
Oh, I saved my job. He's probably got bills and stuff that he's barely able to pay.
And John Shea, you're going to apologize.
If he got fired up, he'd have taken his own life.
I like this Randy, man. This guy was forced to do it. He held out a few
course.
days. He's probably like, F you,
Yeah.
die, and then like, you're not coming back.
I held out a while so I could do some research on Mastic.
He looked around and realized no one had a job opening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
I got to stay here with this John Shea that doesn't stick up for his guys.
No, John
Yeah,
Shay's
that's
like,
not too uncomfortable in the hallway
Yeah, no kidding.
when they pass each other.
I
Hey,
picture
it's the guy
John
that doesn't
Shea.
support me.
I picture John Shea as a fat guy. E-Rock, maybe you can help me out
I
on
picture
that.
him as a wormy, skinny guy, like a
Yeah, little
wormy-
worm with a height problem.
A wormy.
Yes.
I couldn't make it as a DJ, so now I'm
Yes.
going to tell other people what to do
Yep.
on the radio. Wonderful. Chris, North Carolina, what's up?
Hey guys, love the show. Listen every day.
Thank you.
Hey, just wanted to say that you guys have said worse in the last 45 minutes about this town.
Yeah. Get the point.
That's the beauty of us. We don't hold back. I mean, someone has to fight these battles and show people how ridiculous it is. Jimmy was making a good point just before he came back from break about how we go into attack mode.
It's kind of what I was saying. I just kind of took it a step further. It's what we are is because, like, when I said Americans are really eunuchs, it's because we don't feel like we're in control of anything.
Yeah.
And it's like we have become this nation of we like to just wait till somebody has a verbal flub. And then we pile on, and look what he said. Look what he said.
Yep.
It's like we're like a bunch of hall monitor sissies. Like, what happened to us?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Hall monitors.
How much
yeah.
we love to jump on Michael Richards, and he said something ridiculously stupid, but it's just how we feel better about ourselves, and we can get something done when somebody says something stupid. It's just so silly. It's that we can't accomplish anything real.
And it's that's it too. Says something silly.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you had to do something.
Yes.
Physically do something to get in the type of trouble that you get into now for just talking, for voicing a joke, parody, humor, whatever. There's supposed to be this freedom of speech we have in this country, where you can do things like that. Yeah, exactly. They just don't get it anymore, where you're able to do this. And it's not the policy, because it used to also be, well, it's policy of the radio station and the FCC regulations say that you can't say blah, blah, blah. This stuff is completely protected. You can make fun of things. You shouldn't have your job threatened.
One thing about being a comic, it's like I've never been more grateful to be a stand-up than now, because it's like the things you can't say. Hey, you just go on stage and you vomit on people, and they get upset too. But too bad.
They get up and leave.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley, how great was it when they tried to protest him in Dallas because he repeated Imus's remark?
Yeah.
And or whatever he said about whatever, and he just refused to apologize. And you know what he's doing now? He's hosting the NAACP Awards. It didn't hurt DL.
No.
CP Awards. It didn't hurt DL.
No.
Just got to
It didn't
hang in
hurt you.
there.
Of course.
You just got to hang in there.
in. People move on to the next thing
Dopey
they think
thing.
is a catastrophe.
Let's go to Tom and Shirley. Tom, what's up?
Oh, and hey, yeah, remember about 15 years ago, Katie Beers? She was locked in that guy's basement.
Yeah.
That was
She was
Mastic?
she was from Mastic.
She was from Mastic.
Can't blame
She
her.
was.
Little Katie Beers.
Well, they were pointing out in the press conference that the first New York signee of the Declaration of Independence was William Floyd, and they have a high school named after this fine gentleman. I just know that there's a high school named William Floyd, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how much I know about New York history.
So?
So we have decided to do Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's the first one from Tom. That's a wonderful story that happened back in the day.
Oh, was that fun? She went to some little amusement center out on Long Island, kind of out around the Mastic area, and she was abducted by a neighbor, somebody that was infatuated with her. He put her in some kind of underground dungeon, locked her in there. They had a camera. There was a TV that she would watch in this dungeon that was hooked up to cameras upstairs. So she saw the police come in and question this guy. And she had to sit there and watch the TV, and the cops just leave.
John Esposito, I believe.
Was that his name?
Yeah, it was under the garage. Yep.
Yeah, he had this thing put away where you couldn't even tell it was a dungeon.
Yeah.
How did he obviously was obviously sexually abusing her for years, right? He held her.
No, he held her for how long was it, Iraq? Got the story?
I don't remember. This goes way back now.
It was a while. It wasn't years, but it was.
It was enough time to mess her up for
What was
the rest of her life.
Wasn't there a guy on Long Island who held somebody for years? 'Cause I know there's
I'm
stories.
sure there was.
I'm sure there's a few.
Long Island has had a bevy of.
Well, there you go. I wonder if Mark Smothergill is talking about the Katie Beers case.
Little Katie Beers.
Let's get another fact about Mastic. It's Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show. Yes, Jim.
Hey, what's going on, Owen?
Hey.
This guy, Smothergill sounds like a real ball bag. But the thing is about Mastic, they actually have kids with whistles around their necks because of all the kid touches out there.
So kids wear whistles around their neck.
Kid touches.
And that's to let
I'm
the...
a cop.
Huh?
I'm a cop with the NYPD, and Anthony, you actually work out with my dad. He talks to you all the time.
Oh, hey, I know you. Cool. Great, man.
So I appreciate all the good times. You guys, we work the midnights, sitting here with a bunch of guys in South Jamaica. You guys really help us out.
Cool, man.
All right, right on.
All right,
man.
you guys have a good day.
So,
Thanks.
So, according to Jim, the kids have to wear whistles around their neck.
And what happens is they blow the whistle, and that allows people to know where they are.
Where the young
In case
child
the kid
is.
touchers can't find them.
It's their special game of Marco Polo.
I'm reading about Mastic. Somebody just sent me a link to some kind of message board.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And?
It says, first of all, most people are going to say that Mastic Beach is a wasteland. I've been told by one of my friends that in a radio report, it was named the armpit of Long Island.
Yeah. What about that fact, Mark Smothergill?
You'll find yourself in situations where you ask someone where you live, answering about 15 miles or 15 minutes from the Hamptons. It's a safe way out. I live 15 minutes from the Hamptons.
Wonderful.
There's a picture of this Mark Smothergill, I think, online. If that was him, what a rosy-cheeked ass. If that's the guy, he looks like Jim J. Bullock.
Oh, he really does look like a tool.
Is he taking a picture with his mommy?
Oh, rosy-cheeked.
Is that a picture with him and his mommy?
Might be his wife.
Oh, really?
What?
He looks like a drunken Elo.
He looks like a, well, let's say Elo.
Or just Elo.
He looks like a ventriloquist dummy. What a shiny-faced idiot.
And it looks like Mark Smothergill gets his hair frosted a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little frosting on the top, please.
Here's a little more of the message board. Someone called Mastic the armpit of Long Island. Crotch or rectum is more like it.
Hey, we need an official stinger for our Get to Know Mastic bit that we're doing.
Says 25 years ago, Mastic was the dumping ground for welfare. Although many good people have moved in and lived there, the real estate values are depressed. The local school district is sorting through a serious money mismanagement scandal. Is that true? How about that? Largely due to mismanagement decades ago. Traffic is very heavy, abysmal planning. Local gas prices are well over $3 a gallon, and it just seems like a very depressed area.
Well, Travis just handed me just some of the stories about Mastic from January and February of this year. So these stories are a mere month to 2 months old.
All right, so we're not going back that far at all.
In the last month or 2 months, here are some of the headlines that have something to do with Mastic as we get to know Mastic on the O&A show. Man breaks into Mastic home and stabs lover's boyfriend to death. Homeless man severely burned after another homeless man sets fire to van he was sleeping in. Man arrested for trying to lure 12-year-old girl into his vehicle. Man arrested for walking around with python wrapped around his body. And finally, girl sexually attacked on walk to Mastic school.
There
As
seems
we get to know
be,
Mastic. That's from January and February alone.
there does seem to be a lot of this sexual assaults going on in Mastic. What the hell's going on there?
Let's say hi to Matt from Baldwin, Long Island. Matt?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Last time I went to Mastic, I heard about this place we can get Indian reservation for cigarettes. I went to the Indian reservation. I buy the cigarettes. As I'm going to my car, some guy runs out of the woods, grabs my car and the cigarettes, and runs back into the woods.
Maybe they just ought to chop down all the trees around Mastic. People come out of the woods.
Yeah. They're coming out of the woods.
Cigarettes.
Zombies need a smoke.
Right on my hands, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's hysterical.
All right, sir. One more before we take a break. We got Freddie and Belmore. A lot of Long Island calls today, but the rest of the country can get into this whole Mastic
Oh,
thing.
I'm sure you know. You got a town like this near you.
Freddie.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good,
Hey,
man.
Hey, my sister-in-law lives out there. She goes, yeah, it's the next Hamptons out there.
She calls it the next
Hamptons?
The next Hamptons.
Yeah, when she was buying a house, she's like, yeah, it's going to be like the Hamptons.
Yeah, when the Hamptons
Sure.
finally have to expand, they're going to take over Mastic, and you guys are all going to be jumping
There
for
you
joy.
go.
And now
it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Frank, formerly from Mastic. Frank, what do you have today?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Frank. Oh, Frank. What?
Those hypocrites on the school board with questions and embezzlement taking about $7 million out of William Ford's great high school program.
I think Frank is trying to say that a school board guy allegedly took $7 million.
Yeah, there was some misappropriations of some money.
There was a couple officials implicated in it.
I can't hear you, bro.
Your
Unfortunately.
phone stinks.
Your phone sucks. Tell Tim we need an outro now. And that was another
right
Mastic moment for the Opie and Anthony show.
Every intro needs a good outro.
That's right.
Come on.
That's a good point, Ant. Why wouldn't you?
Now it's time
what
for
happened?
a Mastic
Yeah.
moment.
Okay.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to John from Mastic.
From Mastic. Very good.
Getting to know Mastic.
Celebrating Mastic, if you will.
For the rest of the week. Yes,
Yeah.
John. John?
When I was young, yeah, hello.
Yeah, I think they got a weird cell thing that happens in Mastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the X-Files.
Why put a tower in a poor town?
They're using the same phone that Michael Douglas used in Wall Street on a beach. It's a stupid shoebox with an antenna on it.
Giant brick.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to go to school in Mastic, and all the brothers school in Mastic, and all the brothers used to steal the mail from the neighborhood and hide it in an abandoned house. And then, like, once a month, the cops would come and try to get them, and it would look like the house was on fire, and they'd all go running down the blocks for the Indian reservation, because when they got to the Indian reservation, the cops weren't allowed to cross the line. So then the cops would have to camp out outside the Indian reservation and wait for these guys to come back.
I love it. I can't get enough of this town.
I'm falling in love with Mastic.
Running everywhere.
All I know is when I was like driving around on Long Island, we would just avoid this area.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta hang out in this.
Now we got to go and party there.
They would have to just camp out and wait. John, wonderful.
What is it, 1850?
That's a great story. See, we're getting
Not allowed in here, Revenuer.
How do you like them apples, Mark Smothergill?
Why would you want that?
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
Now it's time
Sorry.
for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Rob from Long Island. Rob, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I just wanted you guys to know that Mastic is one of the only libraries that carries video games because kids.
What is wrong with the cell phone?
Every time we try to take a call, it just...
See, even God hates you.
Apparently, the library carries video games.
Because what? Because the kids can't read on a...
I don't know how. You know, we're trying to stick to the facts here.
Yes. Oh,
Probably saying they're too poor to afford them.
Oh.
sorry, Jimmy, to interrupt you, but...
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
All right, let's try another one. It's Chris on Long Island. Chris, what's up?
Good morning, ladies. Your music is loud.
Oh, is that it?
No, what's up, Chris?
All right, here we go. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years back, the cop that pulled a girl over from the bar in Mastic and made her walk home naked while he followed her.
Oh, I remember that story.
That was Mastic?
That's Mastic. That's Mastic.
Yeah, cop pulled over a girl. She was drunk. And to teach her a little lesson, he made her take her clothes off and walk home as he followed her slowly behind her.
I remember that one.
That's fantastic.
Wonderful. All right, getting back to this. Oh, no.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment.
So much here.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Dave on Long Island. Dave, what's up?
Yeah, two things, if it's okay. I hear some guy invented some sticky tape called mastic tape.
We know it as masking tape. But I guess it started out as mastic tape?
Yeah, I think so.
Because of all the sexual predators that live in the area?
Oh, that's good. Then they could, now it's duct tape. Where they could just bind their ankles and wrists.
And one more thing.
Do you really want to try another one? What?
Yeah. We'll try one more.
Okay.
We'll leave you with the sounds of Mastic.
All right. Toilet flushing, always funny.
Wow, he bailed himself out of that spiral.
That is a huge comeback right there.
First damn good one.
First two pitchers, you missed the ball by a mile, where your whole body spins around, and then the third pitch, you hit it out of the ballpark.
Dude, that's, by the way, the outro for that bit. Leave you with the sounds of Mastic and a toilet flushing.
The toilet.
Or a different sound every day.
Yeah, if Steve's working for the show today, can you run down the hall and tell Tim that that's
Yes.
the outro we want?
You can stop updating for 1 minute. Just please tell him.
We got to address that issue.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Pete in Sayreville. Pete, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
It's a great Mastic story for you out there.
Yeah.
All right, 2 years ago, my brother-in-law is taking his garbage out in Mastic. Right on the corner of the street, we got these two parties going on that file out into the street. Crackhead kills one of these guys with a bow and arrow from his porch.
Ooh.
You got killed by a bow and arrow in Mastic?
Yeah, hunting bow.
Hunting bow.
Yeah, right in Mastic.
That's just wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's go to Bob on Long Island. Bob, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I got a buddy that lives in Mastic, and we're hanging out in his garage one night working on dirt bikes. And I asked him where I should throw the empty beer bottles. He's like, just throw them out onto the lawn, try to get them close to the mailbox. I'm like, why would you do that? And he said that the land clammers come around at night and collect them. They'll be gone by the morning.
Land clammers?
Those are people that collect empties?
Empty bottles are land clammers?
We're learning so much about Mastic. Thank you, Bob.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right. We should be honored by Mastic. We should get like a key to the city.
But it's a key, but it comes like with a big metal thing, like when you go to a gas station, you have to use the toilet, so you don't run off.
You don't steal it. How about it's got a carburetor on it?
Oh, yeah, hubcap.
How about the keys just in the shape of a toilet brush?
Sure.
A metal toilet brush.
They give you this toilet brush to the city.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
If you're just tuning in, get up earlier.
Yeah, what can we tell you?
This is based on something we did to start the whole show off.
Yeah.
We got some more Mastic stories.
Love them.
These happened between July and December of 2007.
All right, so we're not talking that long ago.
So 5 to 6 months. Here are some of the stories that came out of Mastic, Long Island. Police make 300 arrests in 6 weeks for street crime, gang, and drug activity in Mastic and Shirley.
Wow. Oof.
There's another one for Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill.
Man arrested in Shirley bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
FBI raids Mastic smoke shop, arrests manager for evading $9 million in taxes.
$9 million?
$10,000 diamond earring stolen. Homeless man arrested in bank robbery. Man stabbed to death in Mastic bar. Man arrested for violently shaking and kicking his 3-month-old baby. And 19 dogs found in feces-filled room in Mastic house.
Yeah, I gotta have one of those.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
This place is an asshole. We started this as a goof, but this place...
Wow.
This place stinks.
There's no shortage of horrid stories coming out of there.
It really sucks on ice. Mastic is a dump. I won't apologize for that.
Oh,
Fast
why
forward
should
2
you?
days later, I took a trip through Mastic, and although I was sexually assaulted and stabbed with an AIDS needle, I found the residents to be lovely.
Even this fat mule next to me with her greasy hair.
Thank you. I want to thank this blubbernecked disaster who no one has listened to since 1974.
Yeah. There you go, Mark Smothergill. All pissed off because one lousy DJ had a throwaway comment about a trailer, and now this is what you get.
Hey, now your little town's national.
That's right. You dope. Speaking of not funny, we should get their opinion on the whole Mastic thing.
Not funny.
We had another DJ that had to apologize at a press conference. He had to do a book report about this town, Mastic.
They made him do like a pretty
Where's
much
that
the equivalent
story?
of a book report. for
You'll
Mastic.
find this interesting.
Throw it out.
You actually do
I
a
don't
bit
know
about
nothing.
something like this.
What is it about?
The radio jock got on the air and he took a call from Mastic. Now out here on
Mastic?
out on Long Island,
It's not
there's
a pretty
town
town.
that is just it's kind of below the level of income that places should be, and
yeah.
But he called it white trash.
Yeah, he actually said here's the whole thing. A woman called up and said he told her, "Do your pipes freeze in the winter underneath your trailer?"
Yeah.
She said, "I don't live in a trailer," and that was it.
That was the whole line.
That was it.
Are you kidding me?
So he had to
Oh, my
apologize
God.
So
for
he got suspended. and
Yeah.
they were
For
taking
saying to your pipe.
for implying that people in Mastic live in trailers. And that people in Mastic live in trailers. And do you know this? Mastic is not zoned for trailers. We learned
Well,
that.
then he should have been suspended because that's a false statement.
Of course.
That's information.
I've been to Mastic plenty of times. It's what I would describe and what people describe as white trash.
Is that near Shirley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Quinn's always joking about Shirley.
Oh.
That's where his cousin lives, Tim Gage.
Tim's from
Yeah.
Shirley?
Yes. So he said it's the worst.
Everyone from Mastic and Shirley tries to pick another place close by that
Right.
they're from. They say, "No, I'm from like
Is
Medford
this
or
like
something."
where the area where this is in Long Island?
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
this-
much when you run out of expressway.
So it's like where Queens starts to turn into Long Island.
Oh my God, no! It's so much
way
further
down.
than that.
It's almost near.
It's closer
Where
to
the Hamptons.
England than Queens.
It's close to the
It's
Hamptons.
out there.
It's close to the Hamptons. Here's a news story. It's 30 seconds.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in Mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face to face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
So what?
Took his car in a carjacking and sexually assaulted him because many predators seem to live there.
But he did find out there are no trailer parks.
He sounds like a woman
Yes!
that's become a man.
I was going to say, why does he sound like an 80-year-old woman apart?
Who's had a sex change and become a man. That's
Well,
right.
if you look at the pictures on the website, hello.
Sounds like
I'm
Changing
blown away by that because I thought you were going to say that he said white trash and that somebody
He didn't even go that
decided-
far.
He didn't even. He just said.
He just made a trailer joke, and they wanted him fired. And the radio station said if he didn't apologize, they would have fired him for that.
And the
for that.
poor guy's got bills,
Right.
And he had to take back something that he had a right to say.
in the Post,
Total right.
and it's only going to get worse if Barack or Hillary is president. Just remind you that. In the Post, it said he said white trash. So he didn't say white. I was going to say, since when do you get in trouble for picking on white people?
No, he's
that's where I thought it
implying
was
that
going,
they
but
are
he
white
didn't-
trash.
Because in the Post, they had
Yeah.
saying
Maybe he
white
did
trash.
say it beforehand. I don't know. I didn't hear
Oh,
that.
I didn't hear it either. It wasn't in the quote.
Even if he did, who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
cares?
exactly.
It's just one of those
you never
things.
get in trouble for saying white trash.
No.
Any other,
Any other group.
derogatory race. thing
Right,
is a
then
big
you're in
deal.
big trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that
you're
becomes redundant.
allowed to say. I mean, the people. He should, even if he said people from Mastiff,
Right.
Mastic,
Or Mastic.
Mastic.
Mastic,
I
bull
live in a
Mastic.
dog.
Mastic.
People from Mastic are all awful,
Right.
and their lives are wretched.
Yeah.
And even though I've never been in a home, I'm confident in saying that none of their lives are good.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
I'll
actually on
say
the
that
sign.
right now.
That's on the sign when you drive into the town.
Right under the population.
Picture of Tim
Welcome
Gage.
to Mastiff. Mastic.
It was such a throwaway line, and now this is what we do. We're dedicating
Yes.
our whole show.
The Rotary Club welcomes you to Mastic, where no one's lives are good on any
Right,
level.
no one's happy.
Population, a big pile of crap. Full of people.
Now we just beat up the town relentlessly for the next 3 or
exactly.
4 days.
We're less happy than a pile of skinny humans on black and white film from Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the people of Long Island, don't tune in BLI anymore because you're not going to hear anything edgy.
Yeah.
You know, the station
Idiots.
management caved on this lame throwaway line. You're not going to hear any edgy entertainment over there.
No, nothing. You can't say anything now. What's his show going to be like now?
Who are their
God,
advertisers?
how
Somebody calls
scared
in.
is
Where
it
are you
gonna
from? Mastic. Oh, nice.
Wonderful
Have a
place.
nice day.
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm sure your home is lovely.
Who are the advertisers that are trying to appease to these broke idiots? With it,
Yeah,
it's so
exactly.
clean. Does your wife have a black eye from not listening? Try covering it up with this. Things that help you beat a drug test.
Your baby falling out windows. But the trailers, they're not that
into
far.
the bushes.
Yeah. Just cry there for a while.
Falling out of a trailer is only a foot and a half.
And this has to be.
That's a very profound point.
This
That
has
if
to
your
be-
baby falls out of a window and you're poor, you're fine.
Yeah, you're set.
If
No
you're
problem.
rich, you're dead baby.
Yeah.
Because you were vainly rich.
You want to live on the 30th floor.
Yeah, then your kid's
Well,
gonna
that's
die.
skyscraper.
I want to. I want to read this part of the article before we move on, because this guy Mark Smothergill wasn't satisfied with the big apology press conference.
Oh, wasn't he?
Dirty.
He says, "What happened today, other than that his job is secure?" The guy's pissed off at the apology and the press conference and wants more to happen to this guy.
See,
You know what
This
else
guy,
happened
Mark
today?
Smothergill.
Your mother shot herself for having you, idiots.
Yeah.
That's what else happened.
Right.
that was a good thing that happened in Mastic today.
Yeah. And then you had Paul Burchard, director of the, ready for this?
Yeah.
Patter Squash Creek Civic Association.
Pattersquash Creek?
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. He pointed out that,
I had
wretched
patter
thing.
squash actually yesterday.
Yeah, it's
Delicious.
good stuff.
and he was the one that pointed out that the trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws.
Patter
Yeah.
squash. I'll take the squash.
See, guy,
He's up Pattersquash Creek without a paddle, that fella.
Oh, there's patter squash in my panties.
see, so guys, I mean, this is all based in sensitivity, but now even guys have become as sensitive as you expect that out of a soccer mom.
Yeah.
who's like 26, but now even the guys,
Guys
are just a
jumping in.
nation of faggots.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I'll tell you the feminization.
Hold on.
of
Yeah.
society, in my opinion.
Hold on a minute.
What do we got?
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Joe, former cop. Mastic was his beat. What's up, Joe?
We realize you're sitting in the presence of greatness. I was a cop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and after Operation Pressure Point, they pushed all that drug traffic over the Williamsburg Bridge into my precinct. Every junkie I locked up, cop and dope, came from three places: New Jersey, Maspeth, Queens, and Mastic, Long Island, baby. It was about 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. I kid you not.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
There you go.
That's like a Woody Guthrie lyric or something. 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. That's beautiful.
Old folk song.
I was looking at some property in Mastic. So
Oh, yeah?
change that.
Guy called us yesterday. Said,
On the
"Please,
cheap.
please buy my home. I want out of this hellhole."
Really?
Yes. I know you guys make a good living. Just buy my house, please.
Guy,
should buy
lives
it.
in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
We should buy it. We should pool together money.
Just
and
by the entire town.
just buy a house in Mastic and just put a billboard on the front. Just, you stink. You all stink. Change it every day.
Yeah.
It's another insult.
Hello, garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone that is very upset. Our first one.
Oh, no.
Oh,
sweet.
boy. Mark, what's up?
You guys are hurting my feelings talking about my town like this.
I wish he meant it.
Headed toe. It's ready
I
to
was so
kick 'em
getting.
right-
Yeah, I was getting all
Slam.
excited. I was
I
taking a deep
know.
We were so excited.
My apologies.
I'm emotionally hurt. I bashed my head apart. My shoes came
people.
off.
Yeah, Sergeant G from Iraq writes, "Mastic equals no money. No money.
I gotta tell you.
It's safer to be in
I
Iraq.
gotta tell you. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Not funny.
Ooga.
All right, we got to take a break. Nick DiPaolo and Louis C.K. in studio. The instant feedback about Mastic is unbelievable, and now it's coming in from all over the country. Boston's getting involved. Sam from Boston. I don't know how true this is, but he went to homes.com and looked up Mastic. And he writes, the very last page, there's a home for sale for $1,900.
I'm telling you.
It's a brand new 4-bedroom, 1.5, 1.5 bath, sprawling ranch, completely renovated from the foundation up. The last line says, great for kids. The last line says, great for kids.
I
This
bet.
can't be true. You can't buy a house for $1,900 in Mastic.
I'm telling you.
Find that, E-Rock.
In Buffalo, you can. And you get like an indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres. me and Artie were up there about a year ago, and we were looking in the classifieds. We're on the phone with each other, crying.
It makes you disgusted that you live in New York.
Move into the governor's mansion.
Yeah. 23-bedroom with 12-car garage, 11.5.
11.5.
Indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres with wheat on it. And
You get slaves,
horses, a carriage house.
Comes with 35 souls. All hereditary.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gut just ripped open.
Oh, is that good?
I must jump in. No picture available, but I found the listing. $1,900, 4-bedroom, 1 full bath, a half a bath. Estimated monthly payment, $9.11. This can't be real. Come on.
I'm buying it.
I'm putting down 10%.
I'm buying. We gotta buy it.
Let's buy it right now.
The down payment, the minimum down payment would be $380. This can't be real.
Dude, we gotta buy it.
What's up, Ian?
That is my house
There's
now.
actually houses cheaper
Really?
that have photos.
That have photos. Wait, here we go. And they're pissed off about this dumb throwaway comment.
I'll buy a house today. I'll just go there with cash.
I'm serious. Let's go buy a controlling...
Let's be neighbors in Mastic.
I have an idea.
Let's all buy a whole block.
Let's buy a controlling amount of real estate and become like the mayor. Take turns being mayor.
Mastic mogul.
There's got to be something. It's not haunted or anything. There's hepatitis all over the...
Hold on. Let me jump back in. We did find a cheaper house. This one is 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath.
Oh, that's too small.
$1,650. Estimated monthly payment, $7.91.
Can't afford that.
The down payment would be $330.
Let's buy a house.
I have the principal in my pocket to buy the house.
Buy a house. Let's buy a neighborhood. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
we'll all have houses next
Take
to
a dozen.
No, seriously, it's like buying.
I'm like donuts.
Let's start a comedy cult in Mastic. We all buy a house each.
It's like when you're playing Monopoly and you just go for Baltics. You get Baltic and Mediterranean.
Baltic and Mediterranean.
You got a hotel
you land on it every time. Come on. Yeah, 3 turns, you got a hotel, and then they land on it every time.
Yeah.
Come on, man, rent.
They're not telling you
$200
something there. There's power lines and like the last 3 families. Kids went bald at 8 to 4 or something.
The basement's full of radon.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the point. That's the town.
Yeah.
That's the town he was making fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And he was right on the money.
They forced us to do this today.
How can you be offended when there's houses in your town for $1,900?
Here's what's hilarious to me is that this guy made a joke where he did a he applied a stereotype to how bad their town is.
Yeah.
A stereotype that turns out to be false. That there's trailers there, but the truth is way worse.
It's worse.
It's
way worse.
It's $1,900 houses.
A grounded home with a foundation.
Yeah.
Costs $1,600.
Oh, no.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
We got Rory from Long Island on the instant feedback. He writes, or she writes, I saw a 40-year-old woman get a DWI in the Wallbaum's parking lot in Mastic at 9 in the morning.
Nice. That's a prize.
That would be a supermarket for the rest of the country.
That's how awful it is there. They can't even. They don't even. Walmart won't even open there. They send a Wallbaums.
Wallbaums.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts.
People are already.
Mastic moment.
There's a
on the
one-bedroom.
Opie and Anthony show.
There's a 1-bedroom apartment on Craigslist, I guess, in Mastic, available for $99.
Are you kidding me? I got Rubbermaid products that are worth more. For Christ's sake, I spent $120 on Rubbermaid products when I had my apartment in Astoria.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I had a couple of margaritas that ran me more than that.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I went to Jimmy's show,
Sure.
I tipped the waitress more than that just to keep bringing me drinks.
You could have had a 1-bedroom instead.
I could have had a 1-bedroom in Mastic.
Just to keep it coming tip.
That's it.
I gotta go.
Please keep the drinks
A
coming.
lot of people saying that they have to be rentals. They're not rentals, right, E-Rock? No. These are houses you could buy in Mastic.
Well, what's going on here?
I'm telling you, we buy them and we become like we do like the Dianetics people did in Clearwater. We just take over Mastic.
Comedy Village.
Run everybody
And these
out.
houses are right on the water, by the way. That's what's really scary about.
Rename it Stink. Stinks. Stinks Long Island.
I want like Ville at the end. It's like
No,
Stinksville, you know?
No, just
Comedyville.
Just stinks.
Bronxville.
Funnyville.
Stinks Long Island.
No, and
STINX.
Where you from? Stinks? You know where Stinks is?
you put the toilet on the front lawn, and everybody has to take a dump on the front lawn while staring out at people walking
Hey, we own
by.
the place. Why not?
We go to
we make it a whatever, what do you call it? A law that a town has.
Oh, yeah, an ordinance?
An ordinance, a city ordinance. You have to poo on the front lawn.
You have to have your toilet out on the front lawn. You just, good morning, sitting there with your paper.
Let's go to Marco.
Indoor defecating.
Marco in Queens. What's up?
The Stinks Tribune in your hand.
Hey,
Stinks Tribune.
Marco, go.
Oh, Marco.
Stinks Bugle.
I just purchased a mattress that costs more than those houses.
Your mattress costs more than a house in Mastic.
No. Yes.
That's
from
true.
Sleepy's. Nice.
All right, thank you, sir.
If you were walking past a empty lot in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and there's a mattress with a burn in the middle,
Yeah.
that's worth more than a house in Mastic.
In the house in Mastic.
If you asked the bum laying there how much for that mattress, he'd have the dignity to ask more than they do for a home.
Why are there homeless?
What?
Any homeless guy. Any homeless guy could panhandle enough money to
Yes.
buy a house in Mastic.
Yes.
A shopping cart full of cans.
Right.
A 2-bedroom down here. What are you doing?
What the hell are
dumb.
they doing out there?
You deserve to be homeless.
Exactly.
Homeless guy could sell his old coat
Yeah.
and have that big house down the end of the road in Mastic.
The welcome wagon comes to welcome you. Hi, welcome, neighbor. Where the hell do I get a booze? Still homeless. He just has a house.
Yeah.
You're at a $1,900 house. Your neighbor buys the $200, pulls the value of your house down.
Yeah. Goddamn bums.
Oh, my God.
Let's go back here.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom, what's up?
Tommy.
Boys, what's up?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, my neighbor, I lived in Massac till I was 6. My neighbor was 400 pounds, didn't have much hair, but what hair she did have was real long.
She
wouldn't let us out. My father wouldn't let us out in the yard like once a week because she used to mow the lawn topless.
Oh, my God.
I love this.
This should be like Amish. You know, people go to see the Amish in their village.
Yeah, and they watch him. They just watch him live.
You see people crapping on the front lawn, and bald fat ladies with no shirts, and kids with cancer at 6.
That was
Because they
bird's
smoke.
eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
A 6-year-old kid smoking out of the hole in his throat. He's already throat removed. He's already pushing around an oxygen tank, and it's because he smokes. It's not because of some chemical.
He's been trying to quit since he was 3.
He's got a patch.
That rattle in your chest or your hand?
No, if you did an ordinance where you did make people put their toilets on the front lawn, that would be an improvement. That would be a beautification.
They'd call you fancy schmancy.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What are we putting on airs?"
Yeah, these city boys.
Instead of having the Virgin Mary and the half shell, they put the
We got a real estate agent on the line. Miles from Minnesota. What's up, Miles?
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, do you realize that the closing costs on those houses is 3 times more than the actual house itself?
Yeah. The closing costs is where they get you.
Lawyer.
Research on these things, man.
Oh, that's right. The lawyer that you'd have to hire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the pen that you use to sign and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the pen that you use to sign.
More than the house.
More than a house.
I want to buy a house, though, there. I just want to have one.
What's up with those houses that cost less than $2,000? Something is up.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
What's up
ugly
is that
secret.
the place is horrible.
They're built on a pile of AIDS needles. And you're only allowed to be barefoot in that part of town.
Yeah, the city ordinance. Yeah, there's another ordinance.
Needles.
You gotta be barefoot. Yeah.
The foundation of the house is made of AIDS.
AIDS. Yeah, the whole thing's built on a puddle of AIDS.
Not funny.
Oh God.
I wonder if maybe they
I'm really
they
curious.
ran out of money and there's no sewer systems or something.
Doesn't
Like
matter. It just doesn't
it's
matter.
still worth it.
Yeah, the rock bottom point here is that the fella had a right to to rib the town a little.
He should get fined for not doing,
for not doing
being
it.
inaccurate.
Yeah, for not.
At least do your research. There's $1,200 houses being sold there.
I bet you. I want to see some pictures. You know, like
You
on
guys
Sunday,
gotta-
you look through the paper.
Yeah.
I want to see some pictures in Mastic. You know?
Yeah, where are those houses?
1900
It's just
I'm
a
telling
facade
you,
perched up on 2x4s.
1/8 bedroom with aluminum pan for pooping.
Going to Mastic with a camera and just going and buying a home is
Yeah.
worth doing.
Just doing it. Take a camera with you.
What is it, 45 minutes from here?
Document the whole thing. Yeah, it'll take about an hour.
Hey, we should get one of these homes for Pat from Menaki. Get him out of that
Pat,
trailer.
You want to live? He lives in a trailer right by the end of the runway at Teterboro.
I will buy.
It's horrible. Almost as bad as living in
The
Mastic.
great thing about homes like that is that that would get to him if you mailed him a letter. And you just write a trailer home right by the runway at Teterboro.
Yeah. That's funny.
What?
We might be getting Mark Smothergill on the phone. Is it happening, Steve?
He's the guy making a big tooth.
He's really mad that the guy didn't get fired.
Well, Mr.
Well,
Smothergill,
why would
Is this Mark Smothergill?
Yes, it is.
Hi, welcome to the Greg and Tony Show. How are you, sir?
Greg and Tony show?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah. Greg Hughes and Tony Cumia?
Oh, Anthony and Opa, you mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's another name for the program.
That's how we're going to start out. All right.
No.
Loyal listener and everything else, and that's how we're going to start out.
Damn.
All right, it's the Opie and Anthony Show, and you're going to get beat up. How are you, sir?
Okay.
Why were you mad at the press conference that this guy didn't get fired?
No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said at all.
All right.
What I said is basically,
Liar.
I didn't care. No, I'm not a liar. Because I've lived through your suspensions.
Oh.
And
Wow.
hated
Damn it.
them.
I hate when they're fans.
So, and, what it came down to is they asked me what I thought if I accepted his apology.
Right.
And I didn't, because you still on CBS or you at XM?
We're on CBS.
Okay, so I'll keep it clean.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
This guy's a big fan.
Thank you, sir.
Don't listen to the replay today. We beat you up for about a half hour.
But I figured you would, but I know you're fair. I mean, I saw when Whoopi came on. You would not that I'm comparing
Jesus.
myself to Whoopi. I don't have any kind of wild hair.
Why does everyone have to be a fan of our show?
Hate that.
we poke fun at your name and your rosy cheeks.
Yeah, we thought you were.
apologize.
We thought you were a professor at Hogwarts.
Oh, come on.
And that you practice wizardry.
I'm an alarm installer. You know, I
right, Mark.
have my
Why
own
are you so
company,
sensitive?
and I
Yeah,
install
Mark.
alarms.
All right, Mark.
Must be a pretty lucrative business out in
Yeah,
Mastic.
doing great.
Mark,
Alarm installer.
you're
Protect that $1,900 house.
Hey, let's not pick. I mean, it could be a tin.
Why
knock.
not?
Yeah, that's true.
wow. This guy's a huge fan. Mark, listen. Because we're running out of show here. Like you seem to be really upset still. But if you listen to this radio show, you got to know how to take a joke.
I don't know. I don't worry about the joke. I said I don't care about the context, how he said things. What I didn't like is the fact he had enough balls not to apologize on the air in the first place.
Right.
Then he came out and had this great written apology that everybody made a big deal about how it's his apology and how he came out and he toured all these different places and toured the William Floyd estate. It's closed till springtime. I've lived here for 25 years. If he was at the gate and he toured it and he's telling us how wonderful it is, it looks like crap outside the gate.
Yeah, but so you just think he's being disingenuous?
I think he's full of crap, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you're not insulted by his making fun of Mastic. You think he's being phony now? Is that the thing?
I'm not thrilled about him picking on Mastic because, I mean,
Why?
we're an easy pick. But you know what?
So that it makes it more fun.
Wait, Mark, let me explain what happens in these situations. The station made him apologize. He wasn't going to apologize,
Absolutely.
but they basically said, you're going to be fired unless you read this statement that our lawyers put together.
Right, and I told them, when I spoke to the news, I told them, I didn't care that he was fired. I didn't care about any
He
of
wasn't
that.
fired.
What I cared about, or even suspended. I didn't want him suspended. I don't know the context of his show. Don't listen to it. I told them at the time, I listened to your show. We had other people that complained, well, Opie and Anthony jumped on the bandwagon, which I knew you would, because you're not into people getting suspended or fired for things because it's something that's near and dear to your heart.
But, Mark, at least we're doing our research in how horrible Mastic is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
had
is
it
that why-
coming, man.
Your people in your town put pressure on. This guy had to go back on something he said because he's got a job and he has bills to pay, and they couldn't take a really light joke about their town, which is...
If you knew anything about the area...
Who cares? Who cares about the area?
Yeah, Mark, it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
It's just a joke.
People can make a joke that Mastic is just a pile of poop, and not know anything about it, and then the people in Mastic should hear it and go, oh well, I'm going to go live my life
But
now.
that's the thing about this area. It's been so fractured for years.
So what? It's
you
just
know anything
words.
about
It's
the
just a radio DJ making fun of a stupid town where you can buy a home for $1,600. So who cares?
That's not true, and it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, we're looking, and apparently you can buy a house for $1,600 there.
That's what we found it online.
You can't buy a house out here. For
We're a little confused,
but
by
we're
this.
online, and there are houses for sale in Mastic for $1,600. I don't understand how this is possible, but I want like a dozen. I want to buy a bunch of these houses.
6-pack of houses.
My wife sells real estate on the side. Trust me. If
She
there were
must be
houses for $1,600,
Even if it's not true.
We're going to buy one of these houses, and we're going to force all the town people to take their dumps in the house.
That's what we decided.
Yeah, we're going to have everybody. We want an ordinance where toilets go on the front lawn.
Not even. No, you just walk in the house and just do
The
what you
whole
have
house
to
is
do.
a toilet.
That's
The bottom line is
Our goal is to try to fill it up to the ceiling with poo.
It could be worse. It could be the dumpy area you used to live in Boston that I hear you talking about all the time.
Oh, Ashland.
So that's okay.
Hey,
that's
believe
the
me.
whole point. Who cares even if it's true? People make fun of a town, and then that town goes and shuts up. I mean, who cares? It's just a town full of babies
you know
that
why-
should just die in a pile.
You know why it's good that people stood up and said something?
Why is
It's
that,
not
Mark?
good.
Because we've been beaten down so long.
Oh, big deal.
Poor
Jesus.
babies.
Grow up. Grow some thick skin.
Move out of Mastic.
You're
and
the
jump
prop
in
of
a-
the country.
But Mark,
Congratulations with
But
Hillary.
Mark, because you guys stood up for your town, we just made it a lot worse the last couple of days.
Yeah, just drink Drano.
We're paying tribute to Mastic all week.
Yeah, you better listen to the show because now we're getting to know your fine.
I'm
fine
going to
town.
be your
You know what?
neighbor, and I'm going to rename the town States.
We have an offer. Come out. We have a bus tour of the area. You want to talk intelligently about it?
No.
A
Why
bus
would we-
tour? Is that the bus that the sheriff drives?
Yeah.
on the way to Riverhead?
It's like jungle habitat. You can poke them and they talk to you.
Is that the jitney to
Oversensitivity is killing this country, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit being a
Who would
thin-skinned
listen
baby.
to a radio show where they talk intelligently
Yeah, grow
about
up.
a town? That's not entertaining. You.
Yeah, we like to make poo jokes. All right, Mark.
All right, Mr. Smothergill.
Talk
I'll get
about
back.
the armory that you have in your house.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
It's to protect myself from the people of Mastic.
You've been deballed. Go look for your balls behind the house.
At least he came on the show.
Thank you, Mark.
All right,
like a
Mark.
nice guy,
Keep
actually.
listening.
Get yourself a better showbiz name.
I
Yeah.
hope you get sick from the fertilizer that you don't have on your lawn.
We got to talk about Boston, but we're running out of show. You just
talk about it.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, they were great for you, right?
The
Louis
O&A
C.K.
fans were awesome. They came to the show, and I have these friends from. I have a